Welcome to class. Mr. Rao is not here today, so I will be your instructor this way. So, first of all, please open up your composition notebook to page 1. On page 1, you will find your table of contents. Today, we are working on pages 54 and 55. Today is February 13th, and yes, we are still continuing our lesson on equations. So what you're going to do is, I need you to copy down this question on page 54. But make sure you have collected your homework, notes, and product of learning from the back of the classroom. Your homework goes on page 54, and your notes will go on page 55, or you may tape your notes at the end of class. So your homework goes on page 54, but most of you probably put your homework in your folder, and you can tape your notes at the end of class on page 55. So in order to solve this equation, you need to isolate, do the inverse operation, balance it out, and cancel. So please pause at this time to give students the opportunity to solve this. Welcome back, students. So let's look at this equation. On the right side of the equation, which is 7x, is x isolated. It is not. What is the inverse of it? What type of relationship is 7x? Is it an additive relationship, a division relationship, a multiplicative relationship, or subtractive relationship? Hopefully you said it is a multiplicative relationship because 7 times x is 7x. So we need to do the inverse of multiplying with dividing 7. We do it, we balance it on both sides. Now we cancel because 7 divided 7 is 1 whole. So x equals 14 negatives divided into 7 group is negative 2, or x equals negative 2. So please now take out a red pen to grade your homework. You may need a pause at this time for students. Welcome back. If you're in Mr. Joe's class, this will be a grade. Each check mark, each highlighted represents 10 points. Mr. Rao class, I'm not sure. So number 1, the answer. So Hector found twice as many. When you find twice of something, that's like times 2. Only this one shows a relationship of multiplicative. So 2x equals 20. Let's solve it algebraically. So 2x equals 20. Is x isolated on the left side of the equation? It is not. What is the inverse of multiplication? Divide by 2. I balance it on both sides. This cancel. X equals 10. Did you graph 10 on the number line as with a closed dot? Number 2, 1/4 of the student in Miss Watman class got an A on the test. So you're finding a fourth of something, a fourth of it. So it can't be 4 times. This is adding. A fourth of something is like dividing. So this is the equation. 1/4, x divided by 4, a fourth of x equals 4. So let's solve this. Is x isolated on the left side of the equation? It is not. What type of relationship is this? This is division. So the inverse is multiplication. Multiply 4 on both sides. I balance it out. This cancel. X equals 16. Did you graph 16 on the number line? Number 3, the answer is B. Number 4, the answer is C. Number 5, the answer is A. And x equals 5/2 or 2.5 or 2.5. Number 6, the answer is C. Number 7, I multiply both sides by -4. -4, because I'm getting rid of division -4. A. Number 8 is half of x equals -6, so it's A. And if I had to solve this, I multiply both sides by 2, multiply both sides 2, cancel x equals -12. And that's it. So students, please tape this homework now on page 52. So you may want to pause and let students give the opportunity to tape it. Welcome back. Tonight's homework is on page 54. There are 17 questions to do, and most of, I believe, is pretty much multiple choice. Good luck. Please show some work. All right, so take out your other paper. It says pre-AP calendar product of learning. This is your second product of learning for this school year. We should have done more, but because of Harvey, we haven't. So this is due Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. So you have exactly 1 week and 1 day, because we would like to give you February 14th off, because many of you will be going on a date or something. So on Wednesday, oh wait, never mind, you're sixth graders. That doesn't happen. So Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. So you're going to use, so this is at home. You'll do this at home and turn it in by this day. If you turn it in early, you get 3 bonus points. Using the February 2018 template provided, voila. Your own markers, color pencils, crayons, and your knowledge of solving one-step equation, you are going to create a calendar for the month of February 2018. You may only do the month of February because February has my birthday on it and has Mrs. Meyer's birthday. Sorry, Mr. Rao. So instead of using numbers for the dates, however, you will create one-step equations that, when solved, equal that date. For example, you need to solve addition, subtraction, multiply, and divide. So x plus something, x minus something, something times x, and x divided by something. So you need to have 7 of each. So, for example, for February 5th, I use x plus 7 equals 12. So is x isolate? No. The inverse of plus 7 is minus 7. Minus 7 is cancel. X equals 5. So I would copy this exactly with my steps and work onto February 5th. So you may copy that down if you want to. If you like that so much, on February 5th, you can copy that down. X plus 7 equals 12. Minus 7, minus 7. Cancel. X equals 5. So I just did an addition problem. So that's February 5th. Maybe you don't want to do an addition. Maybe you'd rather do a subtraction problem. So here's the problem. X minus negative 2 equals 7. So is x isolated? No. What is the inverse of minus negative 2? Plus, why is it plus negative 2? I balance it on both sides. Just cancel. X 7 plus negative 2 is 5. So if you rather copy this on February 5th, you may. So let's do February 4th. So we just did a practice at doing addition and subtraction. Let's practice a multiplication. So 7x equals 28. So is x isolated on the left side equation? It is not. So what is the inverse of multiplying? Dividing. So I divide both sides by 7. This cancel. X equals 4. So if I like that one, I could copy that down on the 4th day of February. But I'd rather copy the next one. X divided by 2 equals 2. This is x divided by, what's the inverse of divide? Times 2. Times 2. Just cancel. X equals 4. So I would copy this exactly onto the 4th day, which is a Super Bowl. X divided by 2 equals 2. So I times 2 on both sides, times 2 on both sides, x equals 4. Notice how the solution is equal to the day. So this is February 4th. It was a division problem. I think I made a mistake. February 1, I think on your stuff, I wrote it wrong. February 1 is a subtraction. So you may need to move that February 1 to subtraction. My apologies. Apologies. And then I think I made a mistake. I thought number 2, that's a multiplication problem. That should be going under multiplication. I think I put division on your paper. So you may need to change that. So I'm going to be nice. So let's look at a rubric. How many grade did you color? Is it neat? Did you do 7 additions, 7 subtractions, 7 multiplications, 7 division? If so, did you solve them all correctly? Did you show me the steps? Are your problems challenging? Did you use decimals, maybe fractions, maybe negative numbers? If you use nothing but positive number, I will take off. I will take off points. Did you turn it in early? Get 3 points. So, for example, what type of thing could be challenging? Let's do the 10th day. X plus 8 equal 18. I mean, that would work, but it's not challenging enough. I'm going to do a decimal maybe. X plus 8.5 equal 11.5. When did this one work? I don't know if this is going to work, so you may not want to copy this down. So this is an addition problem. So the inverse of adding is subtract. Why is it wrong color? Subtract 8.5. Subtract 8.5. Let's cancel. 11.5 minus 8.5 is 3. Whoops. You know what? Unlike y'all, I could just slide his arm up right here. So I did it for the third day by accident. Hey, you know what? I'm good with that. I'm good. Did I need this? So I did it for the third day. So that was a type of addition problem. So I'm going to write, February 3rd right here. So that's an example. You know what? I'm going to do one more. I'm just going to be nice and do one more to help you if you don't understand how to do this. So I'll do one more. X divided by -3 equals -8. I incorporated negative. That's challenging. So the inverse of dividing -3 is multiplying -3. Multiplying -3. This cancel. X equals 24. So I just did a division. That goes on the division part. Yay. So as you can tell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are already done for you. You have 22 problems left to do. And get yourself a quiz grade. This is a minor grade. This is minor. So you may want to pause at this time and let students put it up inside our homework folder. Well, welcome back. So now please take out your notes, which is on page 55. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 16 problems to solve. So you may either solve it individually, depending on your sub. They may allow you to work with partners, your choice. So when you solve this, you still think of the word isolate, inverse, balance, cancel. If it's an addition problem, the inverse is subtraction. You subtract to solve it. If it's a subtraction problem, you must do addition to solve it. If it's a multiplication problem, you must use division to solve it. If it's a division problem, you must use multiplication to solve it, the inverse. So you may pause it and let kids start solving. Welcome back. Here are the answers to each question. Number 1, it's a multiplication, so I use division. X, y equals -7. Y equals -7. Where my highlighter? Highlighter. Y. Goodness gracious. So highlighter. Y equals -7. Number 2. X equals -13. To solve this, I subtract 19 from both sides. 3, R equals 6. I divide both sides by 12 to solve that one. Number 4, X equals 31. I add 4 to both sides to balance it out. Number 5, X equals 8. I subtract -2. Subtract -2 from both sides. 6 minus -2 is 8. Number 6, 24. I multiply both sides by 2. -27 equals X is number 7. I add 23 to both sides. Number 8, X equals -34. I multiply 17 on both sides. Number 9, X equals 82. I subtract 18 on both sides. Number 10, X equals 2. I divide both sides by 45. Number 11, the answer is 45. I multiply both sides by 5. Number 12, the answer is 20. I add 9 to both sides. 13, I subtract 9. Oh, the answer is -72. I subtract 95 from both sides. Number 14, the answer is 76. I multiply 19 on both sides. And number 15, Billy and 3 friends, which consists of 4 people, went to dinner at TGI Friday. To make things easy, they wanted to split the total cost evenly among them. How much does each person owe if the total bill was $44.60? Write a multiplication expression. So X is the amount of each person owe, because we don't know that. So they wrote it as 4 times X equal $44.60. I'll be honest, if I was doing this, well, it is my handwriting. I don't know why I wrote it this way. I would have written as 4X equal $44.60. So this is a multiplication. The inverse is divide both sides by 4. So that cancels out. X equals $11.15. Number 16, married mom recorded that on average she grew 4 inches every year. At this rate, how many inches will she grow in 7 years? Write a division problem to solve this thing. So in this division problem, x is the inches she will grow in 7 years. So equation, x is how much she grows, and we divide that into 7 years. I get 4 inches every year. So I do the times 7 on both sides. X equals 28 inches she'll grow. So the last thing you're going to do, so please put that up. If you have not done so, please tape it to the correct page number. I believe it's 55. You may want to pause it and give students time to do that. The last thing is called solving one-step equations, speed dating. Oh, exciting. I'm putting 2 of the things I love the most. As one kid in my 7th grade class said, oh, I hate these 2 things. So we're going to do math and dating. 2 things together. Who would think they would be together? So you're going to be dating somebody in this class. Oh my gosh, so exciting. So your teacher, substitute teacher, will be giving you a equations card. You are going to solve it on page 55 of your notebook, or maybe if your teacher has available a whiteboard, solve it on the whiteboard. And then after you solve it, you turn over the card and make sure you did it correctly and you have the correct step. So do not erase that. Leave that alone. Now, when everybody has enough time to solve their card, you're going to walk around the classroom and find your date, the love of your life. So you're going to walk around the classroom and exchange your card with your date. So you're going to hand your card to your date. So you got a card. You're going to solve that card on your whiteboard or maybe in your notebook. Then you're going to flip the card around and see if you answer it correctly. Please do not disappoint your date. This be so embarrassing if you can't answer this math problem. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You want to shine brightly. Because you know what? If you get it wrong, he or she may drop you, and this is embarrassing. So if you don't understand a question, it's okay. Ask your date for assistance. So after you 2 solve each problem and did it correctly, you're going to get up and find another date. So we're going to look for the player of the class. Who can be a serial dater? Who can date the most number of people and solve the most problems? Exciting, exciting. I stopped groaning. I know you're groaning right now. All right, and so have fun for the rest of the class. Bye-bye.